Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, let me discuss about one of the most important part of OOPS concept. Inheritance represents the easier relationship, which is known as a parent-child relationship. The idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create new classes that are built upon existing classes. When you inherit from an existing class, you can reuse methods and fields of the parent class. Moreover, you can add new methods and fields in your parent class also. By using inheritance in Java, we can achieve method overriding. And also we can use for code reusability also, we can use the inheritance. Let me discuss a simple basic example in inheritance using single inheritance by taking a parent and child classes with a practical example. Right click, new class. I'm creating the new package, which is com.JAVAEPLANET dot inheritance. Class name is parent. Finish. We have the class name. Inside the parent class, I am taking so-called method void f1. Inside the f1 method, I am taking sysout. In this sysout, I am printing inside the parent class of f1 method. Control Shift format, Control save. I am taking the child class, child. This in order to reuse the method, in order to reuse this parent class method, which is a f1 method in child class, what we will do is we'll simply use the extends keyword, extends parent. By using the extends keyword, we can reuse everything that are there in the parent class, which is a method, a field, a constant, anything we can use which are there in the parent class. Wow. I'm taking another method, one f2 inside the child class, sysout, inside the f2 of f2 method of child class. This is f1 method, this is f2 method. I just want to print these sysouts, both these sysouts which are there in the parent class and in the child class. By using the outside the instance method, press Control space so that we can write the full form of main method. Shortcuts. If we write the main and press the Control with a space bar, we can get the full form of that main method. Public static void main string array arguments. Inside this I am creating the object child C equal to new child. I am creating the object. By using the reference variable, I am calling the f1 method of the parent class. By using the c dot reference variable, I am calling the f2 method of the child class. By using the reference variable of child class, I am calling the f1 method which is there in the parent class. By using the child reference, I am calling the f2 method which is there in the child class. Control Shift format, that will format the code and will arrange it in a proper format. Let me run this. Right click, run as Java application. See here, this will print the both of the systems which are there in the parent class and in the child class. This is about the single inheritance. By using the extends keyword, we are extending the parent class so that we can reuse all the code which are there in the inside the parent class. Either it is a method or it is a block or it is any field. We can get all the code which are there in the parent class by using the extends keyword. This is all about the single inheritance. Now we will discuss about the multi-level inheritance. New class. I am changing the package name as multi. I am taking in multi-level inheritance. I am taking 3 classes. One is animal class. Control Shift W. This will close all the current classes so that it will be clear with which class we are using. Animal class. I am creating another class which is new class, dog class. I am creating another class which is puppy class. See here, now we are discussing about the multi-level inheritance. What I am doing here is animal is the parent class. Inside the animal class, I am taking one void method, void taste. Sorry, I will take another method, void characteristics. Void characteristics. Inside that, this out. Control M to maximize. Inside the characteristics method, inside the characteristics method of animal class. Control Shift format, Control save. Now animal is the parent class. In the dog class, I just want to extend extends animal. Inside the dog class I am taking void sound method. This is out. Dog sounds like bow. Control C. Here dog class is the child class of animal. Puppy. We will extend the dog class. Void puppy sounds method. This out. Inside the puppy sound method, Control Shift format, Control Save. Now what I have did here is I have taken an animal class, I have taken dog class, I have taken puppy class, and the dog class extends the animal. So the dog is the child of animal class, dog class is the child class of animal class, and this puppy extends dog. That means puppy class is the child for the dog class. This is the multi-level inheritance. Now we will try to print everything. Like I am creating the main method main, press Control space, creating the object puppy p equal to new puppy, p dot characteristics, which is a method inside the animal class, p dot sound, which is method inside dog, p dot puppy sounds, which is a method inside puppy class. Control Shift format, Control Save. Let me run. Java application. See here we have printed all the sysods which are there inside all the classes, animal class, dog class and puppy class. Here this is the multi-level inheritance. That means puppy extends the dog class, puppy class extends the dog class extends the animal class, and we are creating the object inside the puppy class, and we are calling by using the reference variable of that grandchild, which is a puppy class, p dot characteristics, p dot sound, p dot puppy sounds. That means here we are using the multi-level inheritance. Now we will discuss the hierarchical inheritance. New class, multi parent Now we are discussing about hierarchical. Inside the parent class I am taking void h1 method sysout inside the h1 method of parent class Control Shift W so that it will close all the classes, so that it will be clear while we are writing anything. Child 1, Control M to maximize, right? Void h2 method sysout inside h2 method of child 1. Control Shift format, Control save. New class child 2 void h3 method sysout inside the h3 method of child 2 class of child 2 class. Control Shift format, Control save. Control save. What I am doing here is, in hierarchical inheritance I have created 3 classes, which is a parent class and 2 child classes, which is child 1 and child 2. This parent class is extended by the 2 child classes, like child 2 extends parent child 1 extends parent. Control Shift format, Control save. Now what I will do here is, here we have to create object for a 2 separate classes. Like for example, what I am in child 1, I will take one main method, and in the main method I am creating object child 1 ch equal to new child 1 ch dot h1 method ch dot h2 method. Control Shift format, Control save. And in child 2 what I am doing here is, I am taking one main method, I am creating the object here child 2 ch equal to new child 2. I am creating the object here ch dot h1 method ch dot h2 method. Control Shift Format, Control Save. We have to create. I have created the object individually for the child 1 and the child 2 and the child 2. Let me create another class. Okay, first I will run it. The child 1 I will run and I will show run as Java application. See here we have printed the sysouts which are there inside the parent class and the child 1 class. In the child 2 run as Java application. We have printed the which are there inside the child 2 and the parent class. Now I will tell about multi. Now I will tell about the multiple inheritance by a practical example. Class A multi class A I will move this to multi-level multiple sorry. Okay, class A. I am taking the class multiple. Okay, new class B. Class C. Here A, B, C. I have taken 3 classes. Now I am telling about the multiple inheritance. I am taking C as the child class. The C class, if the C class extends the A class and B class at a time. If the C class extends the A class and B class at a time, the first thing is it throws the compile time error, like it will show here only, like syntax error, because multiple inheritance doesn't support in the inheritance concept of Java, and also that means at a time we can't extend 2 parent classes at a time by the child class. We can't extend 2 parent classes at a time by the child class. So the multiple inheritance doesn't support in inheritance concept of Java. And also for example, if I am having in the A class, I am having void f1 method, control save, and in the B class also I am having void f2 method. Sorry, here also I am having the f1 method, That means in the A class and B class I am having the same method, which is an F1 method. In the C class, when I try to create an object, for example, I am taking the main method. We can't take, because first thing is we can't extend two parent classes at a time. By using the child class. That means multiple inheritance doesn't support. That is one thing. And also, if the two parent classes having the same method, if A and B classes have same method and you are calling it from child class by creating the object inside the child class, that will form an ambiguity, that will form an confusion to call which method, because A and B having the same method like F1 method. So it forms an ambiguity for the programmer. The first and foremost thing is multiple inheritance doesn't support because of its complexity. We have here two issues, which is we can't extend two parent classes at a time, and also if the two parent classes having the same method, that forms an ambiguity for the programmer. So multiple inheritance doesn't support here. If we get back into the hierarchical inheritance, hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss about one of the most important topic in OOPS concept, which is polymorphism. First of all, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism in Java is a concept by which we can perform a single action in different ways. The word polymorphism is divided into two words, which is poly and morphs. Poly means many and morphs means into number of forms. There are two types of polymorphism in Java, which is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Let me discuss in detail about compile time polymorphism with a simple example. Here I have created the class which is overloading demo. This compile time polymorphism can be achieved by method overloading. Let me discuss first of all what is method overloading. Method overloading is nothing but when there are multiple methods with same name but different in parameters, then these methods are said to be overloaded. Methods can be overloaded by changing the number of arguments or changing the type of arguments. Let me discuss it with an example. What is method overloading with a practical example? Here I am taking void f1 with the parameters int a comma int b. I am just doing this sysout. Inside the sysout I am just printing the values. I am taking another static method which is a return type int with a method name f1 with the parameter values int a comma int b comma int c. I am returning the integer with a plus b plus c. I am taking another static method with the double as a return type with the method name as f1 by int a comma double. The parameter value should not be same, double b comma float c with the return type a plus b plus c. I just want to print those, so I am taking the main method. In the main method I am creating the object, so in order to print the instance method which is void f1 with the parameters int a comma int b, overloaded method. I am creating the object od equal to new overloading demo. by using the reference variable I am calling the f1 method and passing the a comma b values to tab 2, and I am taking the I am just printing the values sysout of static method, and I will pass the values static by using the class name over loading demo dot, and I am passing the values tab 2, 3. Another sysout to print the another method values overloading demo dot f1, and I am passing the so called values int 1 double 21 comma 2. I am saying float 22.3 f. I am saying control shift format and control save. Control shift format and control save. See here, this is the example for overloading. What I have did here is I am having the method name. If we have more than one method with the same method name but different in parameter values, the parameter values are different and with the same method name, then it is called as overloaded method. What is the concept of overloading is, if we have more than one method with a different parameter values, then it is said to be overloading. Let me run this. See here, this is the output. Let me discuss an example on how the compile time polymorphism or early binding can be achieved by the compiler with an example. Like for example, I am taking class A and I am also taking another class B, class B. In the class A, I just want to take one static method, static void something like hello. I am doing this is out inside the hello method. Control shift format. I am copying this same method inside the hello method of super class. I am saying copy. In the child class I am just doing the same, and I am doing the extents of A. Subclass. Control shift enter. What I am doing here is I am taking one main method. In that main method, by using the superclass A and superclass reference variable, I am trying to create the runtime object of subclass new B. Here we are seeing how we can achieve the compile time polymorphism. How we can achieve the compile time polymorphism? By using the superclass reference variable, I am calling the hello method. See here, control shift format. Here actually what I am doing here is I have taken static methods in both the classes, in A class and in the B class. So the static methods can't be overridden. That means the method which is there in the A class and the method which is there in the B class are not the same. If the both methods are same, if those both methods are not same, because it is a static method. Static methods can't be overridden. What I am doing here is, in the compile time polymorphism, the compiler always concentrate on reference type. This is the most important point. It will always concentrate on the reference type. Here A is the reference variable of type A class, of type A. A is the reference variable of type A. A is a superclass. So compiler, what it will do is, it will get into the superclass. When we say a dot hello, that means what it will do is, it will check the compiler. When it is compiling, it will check the reference variable of which type it is. It will check that it is a superclass type. That means this variable is a superclass variable of type A. A means it is a superclass. It will get into that superclass, and there we have the hello method. It will try to print the things which are there inside the hello method. See here, inside the hello method of superclass. That means it doesn't create the object at runtime for the child class. It will simply, when it compiles, the compiler will check compiler first checks the reference type of which class that reference variable belongs to. It belongs to superclass. So it will get into that superclass and it will print what is there inside it. This is how the compile time polymorphism can be achieved. Let me discuss a runtime polymorphism, which is also called as dynamic method dispatch. Here I am taking one instance method of taste, void taste. I am saying said that the taste of laddu is sweet. I am saying shift format, control save, and I am taking subclass which is test. To override that method which is there in the superclass, we need to extend the superclass first. Now what I am doing here is I am just simply overriding the taste method. The taste of laddu is so, I am saying control shift format. Here what I have did is to achieve method overriding. If a subclass has the same method as declared in the parent class, if a subclass, test is the subclass or the child class, has the same method which is there inside the parent class, and if the implementation for the parent class which is there inside the flower brackets, the implementation which is there inside the parent class has been overridden in the subclass, then it is said to be, the method is said to be overridden method. That means we are copying the method from the parent class, from there to in the subclass we are overriding the method and we are changing the implementation as per our requirement. That is called as method overriding concept. Let me see another example that how to achieve this runtime polymorphism. Class fruit, class mango, banana. What I am doing here is I have taken 3 classes. In the mango class I am just extending the extends fruit class. Fruit will become the parent of mango. Banana class I am extending the extends fruit, control shift format. In the fruit class, which is a parent class, I am just, what I am doing here is I am just writing one method, void selling, and providing the implementation inside the fruit class, control shift format, control save. I am just overriding the selling method here. See here, selling, and I am just providing my implementation, my own implementation here. Inside the selling method of mango class, control shift, control save. In the banana also I am just providing the method, overriding the method which is there in the fruit class. Sys out inside the banana class of selling method, control shift format, control save. Here I will take one test class, Okay, I'll take one demo class. Demo. In the demo class, what I am doing here is I am creating the object for the subclasses fruit f1 equal to control delete main method fruit f1 equal to new fruit. Sorry, fruit f1 equal to new mango. Fruit f2 equal to new banana. By using the reference variable of parent class, I am calling the selling method f1 control delete f2 dot selling method, control shift format and control save. What I am doing here is I am taking the parent class and the parent class reference variable equal to new mango. That means new child class. I am creating the object for the child class at runtime, and by using the parent class reference variable, I am calling the method which is inside the child class. That means internally what it has did is the method which is there in the parent class has been overridden in the child class, and the child class extends the parent class. So by using the runtime polymorphism, at runtime the subclass or the child class, it will create an object, it will create a memory inside the heap. It will create a memory, and by using the reference variable we are calling the method. By using the parent class reference variable we are calling the method which is inside the child class. Let me see the output. Inside the selling method of mango class, inside the banana class of selling method, the methods, the implementations which are there inside the mango and banana has been printed. See here, this is most important thing, like by using the parent class and the parent class reference variable, and we are creating the runtime object of mango class. We are creating object for the mango class by using the reference variable of parent class. I am calling the method which is there inside the child class. This is how we can achieve the runtime polymorphism. That's all. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to discuss about one of the most important topic in OOPS concept, which is abstraction. The definition of abstraction is hiding the internal details or the internal implementation and showing the set of functionality to the user. Consider a real life example of a man driving a car. The man only knows that pressing the accelerators will increase the speed of a car, or applying brakes will stop the car. But he doesn't know how on pressing the accelerator the speed is actually increasing. That means he doesn't know the internal implementation of an accelerator. He doesn't know about the internal mechanism of a car, how the accelerator and brake systems are working. He just knows that when pressing the accelerator, the speed of the car increases, or when we press the brakes, the car will stop. He doesn't know the internal mechanism of or the implementation of a accelerator and brakes in the car. This is what abstraction is. This abstraction is achieved by the interfaces and abstract classes. Let me discuss an simple example. The first and foremost thing is an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword. See here, I have declared this class with the abstract keyword, so that this class has become now as the abstract class. This class can have the abstract methods and normal methods also. Like for example, abstract void accelerator. This is the abstract method. First of all, what is abstract method? A method which is declared as abstract and does not have implementation is known as abstract method. That means a method which is declared with the abstract keyword and doesn't have the implementation. That means it doesn't have the method body, so that this method is considered as an abstract method. And we can also have the normal methods. Normal methods like void, I am saying break. Inside this is so. I am just simply saying the breaks are working. In the next class, in order to override the method and provide the implementation for the accelerator, that means here the definition of the abstraction defines like hiding the internal implementation of the accelerator and showing the functionality to the end user. That means we are showing how the accelerator works when we press the accelerator. That means the speed of the car increases. That is visible to the end user, but the mechanism inside the accelerator doesn't been shown to the end user. Providing the implementation. To provide the implementation, we need to extend the abstract demo method. Add unimplemented methods, control delete, sys out the accelerator works fine. Control shift format, control save. Now I will just simply do the main method. In the main method, I just want to create the object for the child class demo test dt equal to new demo test. dt dot accelerator dt dot break, control shift format. Now let me run the class, run as Java application. See here, this is the output for both the methods. And also we can write like this, like demo dt equal to new demo test, control shift format. Like this also we can write. For example, run as Java application. That means here runtime polymorphism, like we are instantiating the child class, creating the object for the child class. And another thing is we cannot instantiate the abstract class, like demo d equal to new demo. Cannot instantiate the type demo because the abstract classes can't be instantiated. We can have constructors like parameterized constructor. What I am doing here is I am taking two instance variables like int id, string name. By pressing the Alt Shift S and generate constructor using fields, I am just simply generating the constructor. See here, implicit super constructor demo is undefined for default constructor, must define an explicit constructor. So click on add, control delete. This super id command name is suggesting or is pointing to the parent class constructor. Like for example, here if I declare open implementation, it is showing the parent class parameterized constructor. Control save. I am just simply initializing the values 1 comma. I am saying Anish. Control Shift format, Control save. Run as Java application. Sorry. Sys out. I have to call those by using the reference variable id, comma, dt, the name. Control Shift format, Control save. Let me run this. Run as Java application. See here 1 comma Anish. In this way we can write the parameterized constructor, normal constructor, default constructors also we can use inside the abstract class. Another thing is we can write static void hello2. I am writing hello2 method, which is a static method. Static methods can't be overridden inside the static method. Control Shift format. Static methods can't be overridden. Then how the static methods can be called? It can be called by using the class name demo.hello2. Control Shift format, Control save. See here, run as Java application inside the static method. In this way the static methods can be called. It can have, these abstract classes can have final methods also. Final void hello3 I am saying. Inside the final instance method. Control Shift format, Control save. These final methods also can't be overridden. I am saying dt.hello3. Control Shift format, Control save. These final methods also can't be overridden. See here inside the final instance method. See, for example here, if I remove the final, here final void hello3 is there. I just want to override it in the child class hello3. If I press Control space means here it is not coming. We cannot override the method, final methods. if I remove here the final keyword and save this class and write here hello3, see here override method in demo void, we can override the method, final method. But if I write here final means it will throw the error like cannot override the final method from demo class. I'm just removing it, control save. We can have default constructors also, like for example public demo inside the default constructors, control C. I'm just making the and commenting the parameterized constructor. Let me run this. Run as Java application. See here inside the default constructor is a printing. This way, this is the complete examples on this is the complete example. On abstraction default constructor, like this is the best example on abstraction. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss about one of the most important topic in OOPS concept, which is nothing but a encapsulation. Encapsulation is the process of binding data and code into a single unit, which is nothing but binding variables and methods into a single unit. By encapsulating a class variables, other classes cannot access them and only the methods of the corresponding class can only access them. We can create a fully encapsulated class in Java by making all the variables, which is nothing but data members of a class, as private. Let me discuss it with an example. Private int id, private string name. Here we can create a fully encapsulated class in Java by making all the data members, which are nothing but fields, as a private. Now we can use the setter and getter method to set and get the data. As if we declare the methods, if we declare the variables as private, we cannot access them. So we cannot access them in the next classes. For example, main method. In the main method, I am creating object student s equal to new student. I am saying if we want to call them means we cannot call the variables of student class in the test class, even though we have created the object for it, as we have declared the variables as private. So How we can access them? We can access them, we can access the variables in the test class by if we return getter and setter methods. By using the getter and setter methods, we can access them in the another class. Like for example, public int get id return id. I am saying this is the getter method. Public void set id. I am saying this dot id equal to id. In order to set the id, I am saying this dot id equal to id. In the parameters, I am mentioning it as int id. Same for the name also. Public string name, public string get name, return name. I am saying public void set name. In the parameters, I am taking the string name. This dot name equal to name. I am saying Control Shift format, Control Save. Here I have generated the getter method and setter method so that we can access these private variables which are encapsulated variables into the next class. If I created object here, student s equal to new student, s dot set id, I am saying it as 1, s dot set name, I am saying it as Anish, sysout s dot get id, sysout s dot get name. Control Shift format, Control Save. Right click, run as Java application. See here 1 and Anish. This is the main thing for encapsulation, the encapsulated class. As we have discussed, like by encapsulating a class variables, by encapsulating a class variables, other classes cannot access them. Like the test class cannot access this id and name. But how we can access is if we declare the setter and getter method in the encapsulated class. By using the setter and getter method, we can call into the another class. We can access them into the another class by using setter and getter method. The Java Bean class is the example of fully encapsulated class. And also encapsulation is also nothing but the combination of data hiding, because here it achieves the data hiding, because if we didn't declare the getter and setter methods, we can't access these encapsulated variables into the next class. Here it achieves the data hiding. And also it achieves the abstraction. It is the combination of data hiding and abstraction. We can also declare this setter and getter methods like this in a shortcut. Like if we press Alt Shift S, and if we get into generate getters and setters, and if we click on select all, we can generate, click on generate, it will generate the getter and setter methods. Control Shift, format, Control Save. Like that we can generate the getter and setter method. This is all about encapsulation. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss about one of the most important topic in OOPS concepts, that is aggregation. First of all, let me discuss what is aggregation. See here, when an object A contains a reference to another object B, or we can say object A has a relationship with object B, then it is termed as an aggregation. Then it is termed as aggregation has been achieved. Let me discuss a simple example to achieve aggregation, to achieve has a relationship between two entities. See here, I am having employee class and address class. In the employee class, I am taking int id as an attribute, string name as an attribute, address as an attribute. That means this attribute address is referring to the type called address. This is what type? It means this is address type. That means it is referring to the address class. This is also called as field injection. See here, when I press Control and I clicked on the address, means it is getting into the address class. I have taken 3 attributes. After that, what I am doing here is I am taking one constructor, public employee, int id, string name, address. This dot id equal to id. This dot name equal to name. This dot address equal to address. Control Shift, format, Control Save. The main purpose of this example is I am injecting the address class into the employee class. That means the employee class as having ID, name, address. Employee has an ID, name, address, and what I am doing here is in the address class I am taking string city, state, country. Control Shift format. Here I have taken 3 attributes of type string, and what I did here is in the employee class I have injected the address class by field injection. That means here I can say it as employee has an ID, employee has a name, employee has an address. Here the has a relationship we are maintaining between the employee class and the address class by injecting the address class into the employee class. Now what I will do here is I will create one main method. In the main method I will create the object employee emp equal to new employee. I am saying new employee. I am saying before that in the address class also I will create the constructor public address string city comma string state comma string country. I am saying after that this dot city equal to city, this dot state equal to state, this dot country equal to country. I am saying Control Shift format, Control Save, and I will get inside the employee class. In the employee class what I will do here is first of all I will create an object for address ad equal to new address. I am saying I will initialize the values of address, like the first thing is city. I am saying yes, which is a string type. I am saying yes, Hyderabad. State I am saying yes, Telangana. Country I am saying yes, India. In the employee object what I am doing here is I will say ID as employee ID as 1, which is an integer type, name as Ram, address as I am providing the reference type. I am providing the reference of reference variable of address. Providing the reference variable of address AD. Now what I will do here is sysout. In this sysout, by using the emp reference variable emp.id plus quotes comma plus emp.name plus comma emp.address, control shift format, control save. Will run the class known as Java application. See here, for the address values, it has print the address of that class. That means here we need to generate the toString inside the address class. For that I am pressing Ctrl Shift S, Alt Shift S, generate toString. I'm generating the toString, Ctrl Shift format, Ctrl save, right click, run as Java application. See here, city equal to Hyderabad, state equal to Telangana, country equal to India. The complete address details has been printed. What I have did here is I have achieved the has a relationship. I just taken the int id, string name, address. Address is of what type means it is of address type. That means if I click here control, if I press control by moving my cursor there and I have click on open implementation, it will open the address class. In the address class I have provided the 3 attributes, city, state, country, and I have created the parameterized constructor for that to initialize the values. In the employee class also I have created the employee parameterized constructor and I have to initialize the values, and after that I have created the main method and I have created the object for the address class to get the, so that we can call the values which are there inside the address class. I have initialized the values city, state and country, and after that I have created the employee object, and in the employee object also I have initialized the values, and here I have passed the to call the values of the address, class. What I have did here is in the employee object, in the attribute, in the address attribute, see here I have called the reference, variable of address class, so that by using the reference we can call the address values. That means here I have written the reference variable of address type, that so that I can access all the values which are there in the address object. As I have passed the reference variable of address type, before we got the address of the address class, we got the address of the address class. So after that what I did here is I have generated the toString in order to get the values, of city, state and country. After that I have done this sysout and I have called by using the reference variable of employee class, I have called the id, name and address, so that what it did is it called the employee id, employee name and employee address. How the employee address has been called we have discussed now. Like that it has called, so that employee has an address. That's the main point, key point. Then this is how the aggregation has been achieved. This is how the aggregation has been achieved. Thank you.